Does a woman's body count matter? Go ahead, Victor.
I think behavior matters more than body count. I would say, and I'll say this also. Most guys bring up body count because they don't know how to talk to women. And like, let's be adults. Like, I understand the body count conversation if you're under the age of 20 and 25, but like once you hit like 35, 40, a lot of this stuff starts going out the window and it becomes very childish. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just keeping it 1,000. Yeah, ideally, do you want a woman, or does a man want a woman that he can say nobody else touched? Absolutely. Is that likely? Probably not. Do you want to be in a relationship? Yes, you do. So that means you have to adjust your expectations with what you want and pick from that. Now, if you don't like your options,
we're gonna get everybody in because the question was, does body count matter? But
understood.
We're gonna get back. All right, let me bring John in. Does a woman's body count matter?
Hold on. Accountable masculinity. I'm trying to figure out what that is. Are you like a red pill dude? I'm trying to define so I know if I can debate or not, because I make it fun.
Oh no, I'm not a red pill dude. I'm a gold pill dude.
Gold pill. No,
yeah, I got my own brand.
Accountable to men or accountable to women?
I'm accountable to men.
Oh God, okay. I definitely don't want to debate you. But anyway, we'll do this for another time. But I'm actually freestyle. Like literally, I just jumped on. But
does a woman?
What?
Let's get back.
Okay, back to men. Men get better. Women get worse. Kevin Samuels, the best one on the wall. I'm gonna ask you, Victor, a question.
Hold on, answer the question.
Answer the question first.
Let me talk. What gets woman for women, of course, or anything? We don't have to do women. What gets better? What increases in value with time and use?
Leather and cast iron skillets.
That's actually a pretty good one. Cast
iron,
I know, because I do steaks. Just pussy?
No, of course not. I mean,
okay, exactly.
Yeah, I'm not.
But it's dick.
Whoa, what's going on?
I mean, bro, I'm sorry.
All right, let's bring Vulcan in here. Moving as a timeout. Hey, do a woman's body count matters?
Vulcan, does a woman's body count matters? Yeah. Yes, it does. Now, what does it matter for is probably the better question, but in general, yes, it does matter. We get into the why yet, or you want to go circle back around?
Victor, just keep it concise because you already started off with your why, so keep it concise, maybe a few minutes, and we're gonna get everybody back in again in this dialogue. So finish. Oh,
okay.
Get a couple minutes. Yeah.
So women's body count matters for sure, but not for the same reasons that men think it matters. It matters from a health and a psychological mindset. And I think that's what men care about. If they've had enough experience with women, they can tell the difference in the behavior. That's what I was talking about before. The experience part, I get that as well. Now nobody's telling you to go to the latest smut factory to go try to pick a wife. Nobody's telling you to do that. What we are saying is that you need to have the your vetting criteria needs to be based on something that's tangible and realistic, when you're choosing a significant other. So the experience spectrum for women is definitely very fragile because you can experience too many people and not be psychologically worth being in a relationship with.
Okay. All right. Let me bring go ahead, John. Let's try this again, man. Let's try this again.
This is where we're gonna divide ourselves and make it fun. But honestly, I'm sorry about all this stuff. But look, you go back to men and women. Again, men are definitely nature to be polygamous, right? Over women. Would you agree with that, Victor? Well, you have Victor muted.
Victor, you muted. Go ahead.
Do I think that men are meant to be polygamous over women?
By nature, over women.
Oh, yeah, biologically, that's the argument.
Biologically, 100%, right?
Yep.
So that being said, your stance kind of is not in line with that. But with biology, just generally, obviously, we're going to argue about morally and all that. But as men, it's a big difference when you cheat than a woman, because again, a guy can keep having kids for a long time, and we can impregnate a bunch of women at one time. But women only have one child at one time. So that just tells me that the more hoish you are as a woman with body count, you always got to have women time. To me, it's like times 10.
Yeah, I don't have an argument against that, because like the whole point in having being a logical thinking human being is to have dominion over your biology too. So that's what separates us from animals.
100%.
So that, like, I actually put a clip up with Tiffany Haddish. She's about 2 minutes and 30 seconds long that talks about body count. So women that have more than 2 baby daddies or 1 or 2, she's speaking on this. And she can explain it.
So then what the heck is the argument? I'm confused.
So there is no.
We're holding men accountable. Women need to be held accountable.
Well, women are held accountable by their children and their lack of options. That's it.
Hold on. What state are you at again?
Say that again. I didn't understand.
What state are you at?
Oh, I live in Texas.
So you know about child support laws? You tell me that is a come on, bro.
No. What is your definition of being held accountable? Because I got a different definition.
Oh, if a guy decides to leave a relationship, he has to pay child support. But a woman.
So you're talking about legal accountability.
Benefits?
You're talking about legal accountability, right? I'm talking about accountability. I'm talking about
jail.
You're talking about legal accountability. When I talk about accountability, I'm talking about a lack of options just in general. Like you don't get a chance.
No, they got all the rewards.
Let me finish. When I say accountability, I'm talking about your lack of access to opportunity in life. Yeah, we know like what men endure is consequences for poor sexual behavior. You know what I'm saying? Women get rewarded when a man makes bad sexual choices. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm just attacking your name, not yourself, by the way.
But let me finish.
The name, that's all.
What I'm saying is that women are only held accountable by their lack of options in relationship choices and the children that they raise. Because until a woman decides that she wants better and doesn't change her behavior, nothing matters. Because you don't have to go.
What do you mean by lack of options? What options do they lack?
When I say lack of options,
in Texas, though.
No, here. So when I say lack of options, right? A woman can show up with 6 kids by 6 different men and still say she want a high six-figure.
I buy her food stamps easily. She makes like 2 G's food stamps a month. I buy her for 50% off.
So that's the point right there. See, the dudes that can't control their meat, they keep giving these women options.
All right,
that's on her. Right. She's the one getting impregnated.
It's been another episode of Beyond the Algorithm. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Go get the book. And most importantly, I will see you beyond the algorithm, because that's where life actually happens. Later.